How essential to the culture you want is Jordan Henderson?
He embodies everything. He's a serial winner.
Should this squad have won a major tournament?
Yes, because they were there.
It's 60 years next year since England last won a trophy. Why will it be different?
It was 70 years for Newcastle and it was different. And it was also different because they were in the second final. I strongly believe in this.
This week, meeting the players on the training field as England coach, what's the overriding emotion?
No fear at all. Very excited, very proud.
Is there simply only one target to win the World Cup?
It is the big target, and then we focus on the process, and the process is Camp 1 now. But yeah, that's the big target. And I think it helps if we have this target. But on the way, we want to excite the country, we want to excite our fans, we want to improve and show that we are a special team.
What best defines your personality as a coach? Passionate, intense, emotional?
Intensity.
Because?
If I have to choose one. It's the feedback I get. It's the feedback I get, so I would choose this one.
Can you be too intense?
Yeah.
Will you be demanding with this group?
Yes, I will be very demanding because once I see the level of talent, the level of demands rise straight away.
Will you need maybe not to be too intense?
Yes, of course. I think I have a good sense for myself. I think that I'm very reflective about myself, and I feel when I'm too intense, so I will take a step back. I have no problem to also tell a player or tell someone in my staff or in my surroundings, sorry, that was too much. I overstepped. I was too emotional. I was too straightforward, too intense, and take a step back. There's no problem in it.
You said, we will try to instill values and principles and rules as quickly as possible.
Yes.
What's the first rule?
What's the first rule? Be the best teammate that you can be.
How essential to the culture you want is Jordan Henderson?
He embodies everything. He's a serial winner, his personality, character. He is the glue in every team where he played, and he will be the glue that makes things special.
That sounds like a really interesting decision. It's a decision to bring Jordan back that surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
But when you talk about it, it sounds the most natural thing in the world.
Good. So I'm convinced, and when the teacher is convinced, normally in school, the class gets better. If the teacher is convinced about the quality of the class, the character of the class, it's better than the other way around.
When did you make your decision on Jordan?
But I'm happy that I convinced you about the decision. When I made the decision, when I talked to players, I talked to staff, I talked to people in the federation, his name came up permanently. So it was not my idea initially from day one. But it made so much sense to then call him up because his name was in the discussions all the time, and called him up. And I have to say, after this phone call, 15, 20 minutes, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, I was pretty convinced that I need this guy in camp.
Yes or no, should playing for England come before anything for a player?
We cannot force it, but I think we can try to install a kind of this pride and feeling that it comes first. I felt it with all my players from Brazil, from Argentina, that you have the feeling that it comes first for them, and it gives them a certain edge in tournaments that we will face and that we need to overcome, and I think we can inject it into the group.
In November, when you saw 8 players dropping out of the squad, and Harry Kane's comments that the desire to play for England might be fading, what did you think?
He had a point, but I think Lee Carsley dealt excellent with it. They won their matches and they overcome, so that's basically it. I think it's important that we create a spirit that everyone wants to be there, because he knows also, if I miss out, maybe it will be much, much harder to come back.
Watching England's run to the final of the Euros last summer, what struck you?
That they overcome difficulties, that they make it happen, that they go all the way to the final, even if you constantly have the feeling they don't reach their limit.
Yes or no, did England have a clear playing style last summer?
Not last summer, no.
What was missing?
The identity, the clarity, the rhythm, the repetition of patterns, the the freedom of player, the expression of player, the hunger. They were more afraid to drop out of the tournament, in my observation, than having the excitement and hunger to win it.
Was that physical or mental?
More mental than physically. The expectation is huge because of the talent pool, because England can be proud of the best league in the world, so the players compete on the very highest level. Fans see it every 3 days, so yeah, the hunger is so big, but still the hunger and the excitement from all of us, from the fans, to go and maybe win it should be much higher than the fear of losing out.
But it's 60 years next year since England last won a trophy. Why will it be different?
It was 70 years for Newcastle, and it was different. So, and it was also different because they were in the second final. I strongly believe in this. It felt very different how they approached their second final in a short period of time, and it will help us. Of course, it was painful, but we are there. The federation is there. We are in quarterfinals. We are in big semi-finals. We are in consecutive finals. We are there. We will be ready.